What's going on, everybody? It's Rev, and welcome back to another Dauntless video. We're going to be finishing up Make Room today. It's very exciting. However, this is the first time I have logged in today, so what we're going to do is hit up the store and pick up our daily logging core. That's what we're going to do. And then I'm just going to get resituated here with the situation at hand. Crack and open this core. It's always fun. Let's see, Rage Hunter and Merciless is kind of meh. We have a ton of Rage Hunters, so we're not super excited to see it. What we need to do, what I think I forgot to do, is get my last piece of armor to +9, so we'll go ahead and do that. We have the Hellion chest plate, yes. Hellion chest plate, all right, we're looking good. We'll upgrade that. And then we still have enough from the previous episode where we killed Skarn a whole bunch to upgrade to +10 if we manage to get lucky on some of the Scorchstone mats. But at this point in the video, I think we'll just send it. We'll take on Ragetail Gnasher, and then we'll get more acquainted with where we're at currently in the story. But we only do have two more fights left, and then we'll turn this in. We'll see what's after this quest. Probably more heroics. One thing I haven't really been doing for these hunts is scrolling down and seeing what and explaining what the new modifiers are doing in these heroic fights. And so Ragetail Gnasher has a passive, which is its enraged lasts longer. It has more defense and attack whilst enraged. Rage Hunter is very good, obviously, for Ragetail Gnasher, rightfully so. It's kind of in the name. But now we have an additional modifier called Jagged, which attacks that would cause wound now cause crippling wound. And so it's a more severe wound, and I mean, wounding isn't too detrimental to the player. You can stand still to get rid of it. I forget how long, it's like 3 or 5 seconds, and the wound will go away, or you can heal yourself, and there's a lot of means of healing. So there's a lot of ways to deal with wounding, and it's not that big of a deal. So Ragetail isn't much different than the dire version. So we'll I heard it from the loading screen, and so I believe it's on the left hand side of the map, and so we should be running directly to the behemoth. I believe it might be front and center, which it is. Nice. And we'll be picking up all the mushrooms because we like the Wrathwort for our potions. And we'll just kind of go over the Ragetail fight once again. I'm going to be approaching. I'm going to pop all my potions for good measure, even though our defense is pretty high and well, we're well equipped for this fight. However, if we are not careful, Ragetail Gnasher going to be rolling the opposite direction that Ragetail spins from that attack. I'm just sticking to the legs, similar to like Hangar. Okay. No interruptible attack. Okay, this one is, so it alternates between the 4 dashes versus the singular dash. So you know that the next one is going to be a singular dash if we were to stay in front of Ragetail Gnasher. Ragetail only does that attack, that little dive, if you're in front of it. Taking my opportunity to just kind of dump a ton of damage after KOing there. Probably going to go in rage. I'm just going to leave. I don't need to deal with any of the shockwaves if they are out of my range. And staying out of this range actually causes Ragetail to walk up to you and do a tail spin instead of doing the tail slams. It might do the tail slams now, but because I'm in front of it, it'll actually do the dives. Okay, got 4 dives. I missed the interrupt. Probably getting tail slams now. Yep. And since I'm solo, I'm just kind of rolling back and forth underneath the tail, not committing to too much. And we're also going to be going for the other leg here in just a moment, rolling the opposite direction of the tail spin. I want the other leg, so I want to be on this side, rolling to the other side. I'm just going to swap sides now. Nice. Hey, went KO'd on the side that I wanted it to fall over on, which is really nice. We're actually getting a lot of damage here on this extra, the tiny arm. Rage Tail is 75% dead already. You see how long that the rage is lasting for Rage Tail though? All right, what's the... We haven't broken the face. We'll probably do that next. And then if we can, we'll get... I have no stamina, so I haven't really been able to interrupt to my best potential. Notice, like, just if you watched my stamina bar for those 2 dodges, I was at 0 and just barely skating by. Break the face here. Yeah. That'll rush the enrage animation, which is unfortunate, but I'm gonna just roll backwards here. I didn't really have a position to roll to the right, the opposite direction. All right. Probably gonna be trying to run soon. Oh, barely rolled that. When all right. Oh, that was pretty simple actually. Not too much of a threat. Rage Tail is very predictable when played in solo, and the only thing to really watch out for is the tail slams. And it's not a bad idea to just leave the range of the tail slams when playing in parties, because that means you're not getting hit at all. There's no risk. And however, in solo, it's a great test of your fundamentals at that point, right? It's very predictable. It's not too fast. It's not there's nothing out of the ordinary that's gonna get you, because you know exactly when the shockwaves are coming and you know how to avoid them. They're always coming for you, right? You're not getting blindsided by a teammate that just keeps running in a circle or something. So that's Rage Tail Gnasher. We didn't get any Rage Soul Charge, which is unfortunate, so we can't really push our Rage Tail gear, but well, I'm sure it will show up again in future hunts. But we're just gonna queue up Firebranch Arog. This is kind of the moment that that I've prepared you for with the second loadout slot. Hopefully you guys have made that. We'll be going over everything. We actually used this build versus the Shrike not too long ago, and we'll be well on our way. Heroic Firebranch Arog is a very simple fight. Honestly, the Rage Tail Gnasher is significantly more difficult, but we'll see how we fare with the Warpike in a unupgraded state, right? We brought a +9 weapon and now we have a +7 weapon. So we'll see how it does. It should be fine, but we shall see. See you in the fight. Before we go full tryhard mode, I just want to kind of show you how the thick hide modifier works. Listen to the audio of Charog's see how it's like sounds like it's armored, like you're hitting Skarn's armor. So that's kind of what thick hide is. That's kind of how you know that thick hide is on. And so there are a few things I'm looking for. I'm looking to create wounds, and I'm looking to create those wounds in a meaningful way, meaning that we're going to be wounding areas that are all very close to each other. So for example, I'm going to be wounding the arm. I haven't even popped my potion, by the way. Like that was one flurry into the arm, and that arm is going to be taking 300% damage now. These the shoulder area, the potion is active now, by the way. So that's a second wound. We're gonna wound the face. It should be almost wounded. Probably like literally one more hit. Oh, didn't hit. I actually hit the flame sack there. All right, the head is wounded. Gonna be wounding the other flame sack, which is within the shoulder area. but I'll just accidentally wound the arm. So we have 5 wounds up. All of this area is taking 300% damage from my war pike. And so that means when I am all wounded up and good to go, I'm just gonna spam right clicks. It's frozen now. We have a lot of opportunity to get like a KO. It's going enraged. You can see that we're already at about 75% of its HP. I'm lacking in stamina though, so that is one thing that you need to keep an eye on with the war pike, is that your right click abilities, look at how much stamina I'm just kind of going through just by mashing that attack. Is Aether form now? Still looking to get like a KO or something going here, or just a break would be nice. Getting my Molten, giving my attack speed up. I would really like to get the break before the KO, but I'll take anything at this point. Okay, so we got the head is almost broken, so I'm avoiding hitting it right now, getting what damage I can on the arms. Get my Molten for the move speed and attack speed, obviously, but there's a lot to it, but I'd mainly pick that up for the move speed. Avoid that tail slam. That slams 3 times. Now, it's going to be harder to get breaks with the Acidic on your war pike, but it is going to be easier to get wounds. So if you're playing in a party, this is, you know, Charog's looking like a Christmas tree, right? It's just like, hey, go for the front portion of the body. If you're really needing like the tail or something, there's 2 breaks. We got overpower windows going. I'm gonna charge onto the other side of Charog and start going for that. Charog's almost dead, by the way. That was unfortunate. Caught in a baton twirl, as I call it. Pop a health pot for good measure. It keeps bouncing around, so I'll just fire shot into the arm. 600 damage there, not bad. Now I don't have Molten currently. Oh, it's already dead. Nice. Let's firebrand down. We got 3 breaks. 6 wounds. 6 wounds. 5 wounds. 5 wounds. And we're done. We're done with the quest after that, which is very exciting. We're already back. I believe we finished our alchemy side quest as well, to get additional scales, so we'll see about that once we get in. Let me look at my journal here. Alchemical engineering, we got the 3 that we needed, and that question mark is now available. We got our inspiring pylons, which is great. No additional quests there. Katerin Sorel, make room is complete. Golden Slayer core. We'll see what's in that right after this. Let's see. Do we have any additional quests that need to be completed? Let's go. That's super cool. I am excited. I'll probably just throw in sharpened. I was running that Rage Tail without an additional power cell, but we got a gold Slayer core. We'll see. We'll pop that open right now. 3 agility, not bad. We lack any meaningful levels of conditioning. We're getting so much conduit now. It's good. Conduit is very good, but I think we're actually set for +6. Nimble, not too stressed about. Yeah, that +3. We'll see what we have in the arsenal. We do have a 3 conditioning. Nice. Never mind. So that 3 agility is probably going to be used a little bit less. You know, I'm going to, just for the sake of having it on this account, I'll have a +3 predator cooking, because I don't really have any other options other than predator. And maybe if we do like trials on this account, or I do like trial tutorials on this account, that will be beneficial, because I will definitely want to run predator at some point. That is totally fine. Now the question is, where do we go from here? All we have is the cleanup and King of the Hill, which is spending 5 talent points. So what we'll do from here is actually just run, how about we just run an escalation, and we'll see if like any quests, additional quests pop up from there. It might be a an additional side quest that needs to be done, but I don't know which one that would be. None of these really appeal. So we'll do 5 talent points. We'll try and do a an escalation on 1 through 13, and that'll probably close out this episode. Interesting that make room just kind of fizzles out into nothing. We shall see once we get back from this escalation. Oh, the sports grave. Oh, never mind. It is me. Poor Revvy. Always getting frozen. Traded. I'll take it. But I'm gonna get my Molten. I'm curious if the escalation quest is more of a main story, like I mean, it's obviously a main storyline quest, but is it gatekeeping the Shroud and Rezakiri quest? That is my actual question. That is the question I have. So we might just need to, you know, really wail on these escalations. And of Force of Habit, I thought I had Avenging Overdrive there, but I actually have Valiant Overdrive. I was gonna counter that. And I will be very happy when I get Avenging Overdrive on this account, which we should be pretty close to trials and all of that content. That is a dead scrape. We're gonna be going over. Ooh, we got Pact of Might again. Nice. I remember in our original, our first escalation we did, we got Pact of Might as well. I'm going to. Ooh, we're running low on bulwarks. Gonna be potting up for this duel. I'm going to start with Quill Shot, as Skarn does not really bode well for the sword. Get my Molten, pop the attack speed, and I am just not dodging at all. Dodging is on my repertoire currently. Looking for a KO here. I'm going to be avoiding both attacks here. Get a little bit of cleave. No, never mind. Roll that. One thing I really need to go back for is the Karabac legs. Now, a lot of people in the comments were asking me, like, can you go over more, like, what combos are you using? Why are you using them? Yeah, absolutely, I can. As far as combos go for the sword, all of them are relatively usable. It's a dead Quill Shot. However, what you really need to know is when to use, what combo to use when in overdrive, because your best combo is repeating elements, which is this, you know, repeatable slashes, but it costs a ton of stamina, and so you're not going to be able to use it all the time. And so your filler is typically going to be rising elements, which is just your mashing heavy attack, this one. But when I'm trying to regenerate my meter, or when I'm trying to get my meter back and my stamina back at the same time, I'll use quad cross, which is the light attack, or left click, depending on if you're playing on PC. One thing to know about the sword is that you generate, regardless of which hit you use, or which combo you're using, every single hit generates 5 meter. And the bar, I believe, is 100. So it's 20 hits. 20 hits of any type without energized. And that's what energized does, is reduce the amount of hits needed to get into overdrive. You know, it's kind of like going, you know, it's like I sometimes joke around and I will call overdrive Dragon Blade or something, right? Because that's how it feels, like that, being in that powered up state. You know, you're dealing a lot more damage once you're in overdrive, and so the sword being in overdrive is mega important. This is all something that I'm going to be going over very soon in weapon guides. Maybe that's something like a little teaser I can throw in here at the end of this playthrough. Once we finish, I believe the quest is called Bright Shadows, which is kind of like the Shroud Rezakiri quest line. The moment we get that, we're gonna be very, very close to the end of the playthrough. Goodbye, Doomsday Orb. This Boreas is getting absolutely destroyed. Nice. Sheathing up. And my early amp selection is, I mean, well, it's minimal. And I'm probably going to be taking a lot of the same stuff every single time. Take Paragon's Blessing. That serves as like a mini Predator. As long as I don't get hit, I get extra damage. And we got Moonreaver as our Dire, but we have the normal Nasher with weak points. So, oh, dang, the tail came all the way. Come and get me. Got that interrupt. Gonna overdrive over to the Shrike. And for anyone that's new, maybe picking up the sword relatively late, I see a lot of people saying, hey, you made me a sword main, which is freaking awesome. The sword is great. And it's great for learning your fundamentals, and learning this to play the sword well is going to get you better at other weapons too, which I'm sure people will enjoy. Just going to go for the... probably should heal here, and my health is getting relatively low. This is potentially an interrupt window, so I'm going to wait. Nope. Chose not to. Sidestep these. Go for the Nasher. Get hit anyway. Luckily, the Nasher isn't dealing too much damage. I'm just opting to avoid this. Nasher's not really attacking me, so that's good. No shockwaves, because this isn't Rage Tail. All right, the weak spot blew up for almost 6,000 damage. That's nice. Now's my chance to get a little bit of cleaving action in. Oh, I was wounded. I didn't see that. Gonna go for this weak spot now. Weak spots do come back. Just gonna let them both enrage. Rage Hunter will be active. Moonreaver's AFK. Still okay. That was interesting. Got the interrupt somehow, some way. They're both almost dead. If this blows up, yeah. I was just about to say, if this blows up, it should die. We got a weak spot on the tail. Maybe I'll try and cut that really fast. Pop my lanterns, get a little bit of move speed since I have no stamina to sprint over. Nice, got overdrive. Getting whatever breaks I can salvage from the kill. And we're done. Nice. Easy peasy. Level 13 is the cap on these. That's what the 1 through 13 is. You generate points, and those points are indicated in the top right next to the or underneath the danger meter. And so we got some additional XP for escalation. And we'll be able to probably put in some... The charged Aether is the EXP. As a side note, we got a ton of breaks. We got 3 Dual Arc Stone. Nothing really all that wild. A bunch of mastery. And we almost have 200 breaks with the sword, which is really nice. That's a mastery card. See if any quests have popped up. Ah, there it is. Interesting that that was kind of like a fluke. Maybe if you wait, it'll come back, or maybe you just need to do a hunt or an escalation or something. So Moira has our next quest, and we'll see what that is. I need a hero. Hunt Rockfall Skarn heroic, Bloodfire Embermane heroic, and Dreadfrost Boreas. Simple enough. We'll probably be able to bang that out in the next episode. So you know, we're set at this point. We're set to take on whatever heroics are gonna be given to us. Anything that heroic throws to us that isn't heroic plus, we'll be prepared for. And so we'll be tackling that quest in the new, as well as inputting our new talent points into the lad here right behind me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to support the channel, you can use creator code RevvyRad in the Dauntless in-game store or the Epic Game Store. You can subscribe to the channel, and you can also, if you want to check me out live, you can check out the stream down below in the description. Thank you guys again so very much for watching, and I will see you on the Shattered Isles.